and welcome to the Emily Show. My name is Emily.
And my name is Ethan. Let's take 3 deep breaths together, and then we'll get right into the episode. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it at the top, and exhale. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it at the top, exhale. Take one more deep breath in, and exhale. And welcome to episode number 29 of the Emily Show. Today's a special episode. Well, every episode is a special episode. But today's extra special because
This week, we decided that we are going to take a hiatus from the Emily Show. So this will be our final episode for now.
for season 1. When is season 2 coming? We don't currently have an answer to that. But we figured that this would be the best time to pause, reflect on the first 29 episodes that will be out, and just give ourselves some time to reflect, contemplate on what we want to do moving forward, if we want to have a season 2, and if so, when, if there will only ever be one season, or a rebrand, maybe different types of conversations, not just with us two, maybe bringing on guests. We've talked about this since the beginning, and I think the best way to shift and grow and evolve is to take a break, and I feel like we'll learn a lot during the break.
I agree. Would you like to share more specifically why?
Yeah. From my side, personally, I have been wanting to really focus on my music career, which sounds crazy to say because I still have never put out any music publicly, except for a couple of videos on Instagram, but I wouldn't even count those. And I feel excited about that. But a lot of what I've done this last 6 months to a year has in some ways distracted me from my goal of being an artist. And what we're doing here is art. This is also something I love doing. I love talking to you. I love having people listen. But I've known for a while that I want to make music and share that and learn that craft and get good at that craft. And in order to really focus on that, I need to have as few distractions as possible. This is an extremely positive distraction, and it's hard to let go of, but we do need to make sacrifices in this life, and one of those being letting go of something that I enjoy doing, which is talking to you and having people share their opinions on what we talk about and tell us that they watch it. I know you got a text from your friend recently about the podcast, which was so cool. And yeah, it's bittersweet. I'm definitely feeling sad that we're doing this, but I'm also feeling so grateful that we started it and we did it for 6 months, and we put out an episode every week with the help of Matt, who is our video and audio director, producer. It's a three-person team. And yeah, I know that a lot of people have gotten value from this, and perhaps when we stop putting it out, people will reach out and say, hey, I miss your episodes. Why'd you stop? And then we can even learn who's really listening. And if so, what are they taking from it? What do they want more of? And that can help us decide what we want to do moving forward.
Thank you for sharing, Ethan. One of the blessings of this life is having so many positive choices, so many inspiring paths that we get to choose whether to move forward with or not. And this has been such a fulfilling path for so many reasons. We've learned so much about ourselves, about the art of podcasting, about people in general. So much has been gained through the pod.
Matt, we're keeping that in. We keep in everything.
Yes. And yeah, like you said, sometimes sacrifices have to be made because another positive path is having a greater pull on us. The calling is louder on another path. And
Are you referring to what I just talked about, or
yeah.
with the music?
With responding to you. And yeah, of course, there are emotions because time and energy has been invested and it's been so fulfilling. And it's always sad to quote unquote close a chapter, even though we're saying it's a pause. Um, and change is hard, but that's probably the overarching reason why we feel we want to pause it because we love that change is hard. That's how we grow as individuals and as a collective. And yeah, I mean, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's watched and listened. And just cheers to trying, period. As humans, it's so easy to get bogged down by the inevitable obstacles of life, whether those obstacles are outside circumstances or inner obstacles, different narratives we're telling ourselves. Um, but we did something and we did something to be proud of. And it's not easy. Like, that's another thing. We loved doing the pod, but do we love the idea of really putting in the effort of really marketing it and like making it a full-time thing? I think there we struggled a bit, and that's okay. Um,
Yeah, I can take responsibility for a lot of that. And
I can too.
yeah, it's a shared effort, but we can both take 100% responsibility for our lack. And I can only speak for myself and the effort that I put in. One thing I was thinking about when you were talking, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I do want to take responsibility for us and the progress we made so far and the success or lack thereof that we've had. But before we started this podcast, if you told me in 6 months you'd have the biggest podcast in the world, or in 6 months you're actually going to take a pause and perhaps not bring it back or wait for some time to have season 2, that shouldn't affect our willingness to start.
Mm-hmm.
And you really never know when you start something what's going to happen with it. But the goal is not, you can have a goal to be successful. And we did have a goal that we wanted this podcast to reach people. And it did. Perhaps not the same amount of people that we thought, but people listened. People talked to us about it. We reached people. But we started it because we wanted to just start a podcast. And we wanted to share our voices and have people interact and listen to us. We didn't start it because we wanted to have the most successful podcast in the world. Of course, that would have been a great result and outcome, but I feel like we often, people often don't start things because they limit the potential of it in their minds rather than just putting it out and just seeing what happens and continuing and being consistent with it.
Yeah, and being in the beauty of the journey itself,
Because,
regardless of how you picture the destination.
because if you told me when we started you're going to do 28 or 29 episodes and then take a pause, I might have been like, it's not worth it. But it's been so worth it. We've learned so much in the short amount of time
Yeah.
about what it takes to do a podcast, how much effort and time really goes into it. We have a pretty like simple setup. We have 3 people working on it. There's people who have teams
It's a
and
full-time thing.
full-time job. So now we know. And if and when we do decide, if or when we decide to bring it back, we know exactly what it takes to make this thing the way we pictured it before we started, and to be more intentional and figure out what it is exactly that we want to do and share and talk about. And these first 6 months have been incredible. I've been just, it's so awesome to look back at our reels and just see some of the talks we've had, the funny ones, the serious ones. And now we have multiple hours of us online talking about all the subjects that we are interested in. And for anyone else who's interested, they can tap into it as well. And those episodes will most likely live forever.
Yeah, they'll always be here. And everything's relative. Like, there are people who are too ashamed to go outside and like show their face. Like, doing a podcast, let alone multiple, and going for as long as we did compared to, what's the statistic?
I think most people stop after 7 episodes, and then out of those who keep going, 90% stop after episode 21.
Yeah, so that's incredible. Like, everything's truly relative, and it's been only positive. So I'm super grateful. And it's beautiful. Like, I'm grateful, I'm sad, and I'm so excited for what's to come. And there's nothing like being with you and creating with you. And yeah, I have to thank my co-host here, Ethan, who I love so much. Thank you for being the best co-host a girl can ask for. And just cheers to you, cheers to us. And thank you for all the great conversations, for everything you shared, for the space you've held for me. And cheers to what's next.
Thank you for saying all that. I've always wanted to have a podcast, and I don't know if you always wanted to, but you were the one who had this idea to do this, and I wouldn't have ever had a podcast if it wasn't for you. So thank you for inspiring me to finally do something that I wanted to do for a while, and also show me what it takes to make it a real thing, which inevitably is usually more work than you think about beforehand. And it's funny, if you really knew how much work goes into things beforehand, you probably wouldn't do it. But it's good to sometimes be
Naive.
and just say, oh, I'll just do it no matter what. And then you do something and you realize what it takes.
It's adulting, I feel.
And thank you for helping us get this off the ground and to just express ourselves in this long form way that is the podcast world. And yeah, I'm also equally as excited for what's to come and grateful for what has been these last 6 months since we released our first episode. And we were filming even before that. So I'm so grateful. We just celebrated 1 year since we met on June 11th. And
we're filming
how
today
many?
is
Yeah, I mean,
June 12th, is it?
today's the 13th.
Oh.
And it's my grandma's birthday.
It's your
And
lucky number.
it's my lucky number. It's Friday the 13th. We went on a run this morning. You ran 4+ miles, which is the most you've ever run outside.
Mhm.
You almost did a full chin up at the
Yeah,
calisthenics park.
that's true.
And yeah, we're so grateful for life right now. And it's so funny because when we hear other people talking about positivity and gratitude and all this stuff, it's so easy for our ego to be like, "Psh, what kind of bullshit is that? Like, these people are just, they're delusional." And I find myself doing that too. I'm like, what's this person hiding? What are they really dealing with? Like, there's no way this person's that happy. And what's been challenging for us is people are struggling. We know that. We're faced with dealing with a lot of these people often. And when you talk about gratitude and positivity and love and all this stuff that we talk about, it's hard for someone who's struggling to even speak that language
It's the most vulnerable.
and let that resonate and let that in, because there's so much blocking them from feeling that.
Armor.
And I only know that from my own experience. If someone 5 years ago told me about gratitude, it just wouldn't resonate the way it does now. And so we need to find that language that truly resonates with the audience that this is meant for. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to more learning and more growth and more fun and life with you, with the people we love, with the people we don't love, who we will love, people who love us.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I also want to thank Matt, Matt Lewis. Feel free to take out the last name if you want, but you deserve recognition. You're so talented and so wise, and we are so grateful for you and how you've helped us, and just your being in general, your presence. So thank you.
Yeah, I second that. Shout out to you, Matt, for 100% being the piece we needed to actually make this really happen, because there's the desire and the want for us to do it, but there's more than just, we're going to do a podcast. You have to find equipment, you have to learn how to upload it, you have to edit it. And even with a 3-person team, there's so much that has to happen for us to get an episode out every week. And we did that. We came out with an episode every week, Monday at 9 a.m. We didn't miss, and that would not have happened without your consistency, Matt. So find the people in your life like Matt who will bring your vision to life. There are people who are pumped to help other people bring their visions to life. And while he was helping us bring our vision to life, he was bringing his own visions to life, because oftentimes we help people in doing things that we actually want to do ourselves. And we are a part of Matt's journey as well, and his own creativity. So that was a huge part of this M&E journey. And thank you for reaching out to Matt and having someone who knows what they're doing help us really get this ship going.
Mm.
Thank you also to everyone who has listened and is still here listening, watching, taking in what we have to say. We are so grateful for anyone who spent even a few minutes listening to us and giving us feedback. It's a blessing to have people actually care what we have to say. And yeah, we are forever grateful. So thank you.
We love you. And I'm thinking an appropriate way to close out is actually the 3 deep breaths. And in those 3 deep breaths, I want us and who is listening to maybe this is dramatic, but join us in the grief of closing a chapter, closing a moment, whatever grief, big or small, you might have. We're here with you in the inhales and exhales to take it in and release it. And then we'll conclude. What do you think?
That sounds great. Would you like me to lead it?
Yes.
All right. Thank you once again. And let's breathe together for the final time for what we're right now calling season 1. Here we go. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it at the top. And gently exhale. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it at the top. Exhale. And one more time, biggest breath in yet. Hold it. And let it go. We don't know exactly where this journey will take us, but wherever it takes us, we're going to do it with love, with grace, with compassion, with empathy, with joy, and with all the feelings. And we hope you do the same.
Yes, we hope you have a beautiful day and beautiful life and feel everything.
Farewell.